So far, are the Nets still the best in the East?
Yeah, they are. Now, if you're going to tell me that the Bucks going to make the amount of threes that they made yesterday and Bryn Forbes going to come off the bench and can't miss his first 4 threes, yeah, I'm going to say, okay, it'll be great. Because if you look at it, Skip, Milwaukee has 3 guys that can score the basketball in Giannis, Middleton, and Holiday, and they got 3 guys that can defend at a good level, the same 3 guys. But, man, KD, Harden, and Kyrie, that's just another level. You know, on average, Skip, they're going to get you somewhere between 60 and 90 points between those 3. You know that. If one of those guys go cold, the other guy can go get 40 at the drop of a hat. 2 of them go cold. James Harden goes off and gets you 50. Or KD goes and gets you 50. Kyrie can get you 50. So they're going to, now, if you're going to tell me Milwaukee's going to play like this, Giannis is going to play like this, I would say, Skip, you might be in for a 7-game series. But even that the case, I'm not taking anybody coming out of the East over Brooklyn. Because what I've seen, Kevin Durant is as efficient as ever. Kyrie can still dance on you. And even though James Harden didn't have his customary scoring output, he's still impactful. Nah, I like what I saw from the Bucks. They look better these first 2 games, Skip, than they did at any point in the last 2 postseasons.
Yep.
But the Nets on a different level right now.
They're on such a different level. They are now the best team in basketball. They just are. From what I saw in Game 1 against Boston, I was in awe of. They're everything that I want my Clippers to be tonight, because these guys moved the basketball the way my Spurs used to move beautiful basketball play, where they share the ball like crazy. In fact, these 3 superstars share it so unselfishly, it's almost to a fault. Like, you want it, but they just move it like crazy. And don't underestimate, I know they didn't shoot it well the other day, but Joe Harris can just shoot the lights out. He's a 3-point shooting champ, obviously. And when you can play Bruce Brown and Jeff Green and obviously Blake Griffin, you have some defensive force on your team that I think is very underestimated. They attacked Boston the other day and just took Boston out of everything Boston did. And they switch 1 through 5 like crazy. They're as unselfish on defense as they are on offense.
Especially when you play Jeff Green at the 5. You really can switch everything because he'll guard it. He'll guard everything from 1 through 5.
Speaking of Jeff Green, I loved what he said after the game. He said there's been so much talk about our defense. People saw that when our shots aren't falling, we were able to focus on defense and get stops. Well, they got a whole lot of stops because Jason Tatum had a long, hard afternoon. Or was that a day game or a night game? It seemed like it was a day game.
Late afternoon. Yeah. But here's the thing, though, Skip. If Tatum and Kemba struggle like they did in the second half, well, they got no chance. I don't think they got a chance anyway. Jason Tatum is going to have to play his best stretch of basketball, and we've seen him score 50 points 3 games this year, like in the last month. We've seen him do that. We know what Kemba can do. But minus Skip, Jaylen Brown, they kind of handicapped. They can't get that kind of offensive punch from anybody else. Smart's he's more of a defensive guy. Fournier is good for Fourier. It's pretty good, but he's not going to really go get you 30 or 40 like Jaylen Brown could. So they're seriously undermanned, and they're not a defensive team. So how do you guard that? You can't score enough, but then you not only can you not score enough, you can't stop them. That's Boston's problem.
So I think they're very underrated on defense. All year long, you have been skeptical about their ability to play defense. They have the ability when they choose to play defense. So the other day, KD goes 1 for 8 from 3, and Kyrie goes 2 for 8, and James goes 2 for 8, and they shoot as a team 23.5%.
Right.
And it did not matter.
Yeah.
Because KD still got 32 and 12 rebounds. That's pretty good. And James still got 21, 9, and 9. That'll work.
And
Kyrie got 29. But more important, in the fourth quarter, when it was time, Kyrie goes 4 of 5, made 1 of 1 threes, made his only 3 that he took, and made all 4 free throws and scored 13 in the fourth quarter. And guess who pulled away in the fourth quarter? The Nets did. Nothing but Nets.
Skip, that's the thing about it. They shoot poorly from the field for the first 3 quarters, but they got 3 guys that can turn it on. We know James Harden can get hot and go get 25 in a quarter. We know Kevin Durant can turn it on, and like you said, he struggled from 3, but he might go 5 or 5 from the 3 this game.
He might.
And Kyrie can dance. We know Kyrie's a closer. He can dance with anybody. So that's what you're up against. Not only must you be able to go probably get 120, you better be able to play some lights out defense. And when they're missing shots, you better try to get as far ahead of them as you can. Because when they start making shots, you're in trouble.
So Kyrie suggested they don't need a coach, but I got to say, for a rookie head coach, Steve Nash is pushing the right buttons. I think it seems like it's working. Maybe they don't listen to him.
Hey, you know what? He's like, hey, who want to play with James, Steph, and James, Kyrie, and KD today? Who? You, Jeff? Okay, you in there. Bruce Brown, you in there. Joe Harris, you go up tonight.
Blake, you want to play?
Yeah, exactly. When you got those 3 guys, Skip, it's not hard to fill out the rest of the line.
Claxton, you want to play some?
Yeah.
You can get 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. But he is pushing right buttons, and they look like a real live basketball team that shares the ball on offense and shares all the assignments on defense.
I think
they're playing at an extremely high all-around basketball level.
The biggest thing, James, the criticism, he's selfish. He can't play. He want to just ball hog. He's showing you that he can play a style of basketball if he has players that he trusts. Kyrie, same thing. I'll share the basketball if I have somebody I trust. And KD has always been able to share them. He just left the place that all they did was share the basketball.
Yep. So I'm never sure whether Kyrie feels like playing or doesn't feel like playing. But when it's time to play, he does play.
He played. That joke, man. Kyrie been unreal. I mean, I've always loved Kyrie's game, watching him when LeBron went back there and just watching like, man. But just to watch him now, I mean, you look at Kyrie now to where he was then, it's night and day. And he was an exceptional player then.
He was.
But I'm not so sure, Skip, if Kyrie was what he is right now, back then, I don't know, Skip. I don't know if it might have been more of a series with them in Golden State. They might have went 7 games.
Maybe.
Because this dude he's spectacular.
I'm just afraid nobody's going to be able to challenge this bunch.
Yeah. It's looking that way.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.